Hey everybody, welcome back. This is some new digs, temporary situationship, if I would say. I just want to tell you all, thank you for tuning in. I'm Cosmo Lanier, and you are watching Cosmo and the Movie Within. This week, we will be doing The Killer. This is starring Michael Fassbender, and he plays a super professional, extra meticulous assassin. So he's sitting around waiting for days. He's gonna get his mark, and he's gonna get it the way he needs to. There's all this setting up, multiple days, looking at things, getting coffee, seeing the patterns of things. I mean, this guy is a professional. And then it comes down to the moment. The kill shot, and something happens. I won't say what, but something happens. And then everything just goes and blows up. Now we're on multiple countries, multiple states, trying to figure out what happened, what went wrong, which you already know what went wrong because you watched it. But anywho, you're supposed to figure out and backtrack. And then once he's backtracked to his safe place, he realizes that somebody's trying to kill him now. Oh my God, who could it be? Could it be his employer? So now you're on a manhunt, goose chase, something or another, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. So you have the killer. He doesn't have a name. He just goes by the killer, Michael Fassbender character, and he is going through trying to cover up, little cleanup crew, little street sweeper. And he also has an employer also doing, which also doesn't really make sense because his employer does a little cleanup crew as well. But when he goes back to try to clean up his cleanup, everybody's super shocked, like, oh my God, oh, I didn't know you were gonna come. Oh, well, if somebody messes up on their job and then you try to take them out, what do you think is gonna happen? They're just gonna let it be gone? No, they're gonna come back and try to get some get back. Anywho, beside the point. So that's pretty much the nutshell of the movie. He's a professional assassin, something happens, and then the movie is spent going from him, he thought was gonna lay low, but then turns out for him trying to clean up the cleanup, and him going after his employers and everybody that's involved with this case that he did. So that's the nutshell. So my true thoughts on it was, I'm sorry, I have to look away for a second. It is a David Fincher movie. So, and it has Tilda Swinton in it. It has all these great actors in it. Michael Fassbender's in it. It is a great movie. The trailer looks extra action and all this. But I'm gonna keep it real. This movie was a bore fest. It took me 3 days to watch it. I have to keep watching it, and then I would stop, and I said, this movie can't be like that. It was like a long episode of Dexter. The killer who narrates the whole time as he's killing. That's cool for Dexter. For this, no. Like, a little narration's cool, but the whole movie is narrated, and then you feel like I'm reading an audiobook, and then it's just slowly... Oh, shit. Oh, my bad. Okay. Nothing's still going on? Okay. Next day, same thing. The next day, and I'm like, God, Cosmo, just finish this movie so we can be done with it. It was so boring. It was beautifully shot and excellent actors, and it just looked like a great movie visually. But it was boring. And I mean boring. I could not stand the movie. Like, yeah, good acting, good all the stuff that makes up a good movie. But this, on the content level, I'm thinking I'm getting this great action movie. And no, I'm getting a too meticulous assassin. And it's like, okay, it's a cool film, but how it was advertised, didn't advertise it that way. If it was advertised that way, I would've been cool. But I went there looking for an action film, and I didn't get none of that. I got a narrated film that was a snooze fest. There was one fight scene in the whole movie, and that fight scene made the movie what it was. Because all the other stuff was so little and so, I could care less. But that fight scene really made me like, whoa, that really saved the movie. Honestly, that one fight scene saved the movie. So because of that, it made me boost up the score. But if it wasn't for that fight scene, I'm sorry, I would have to give it a low grade. But just because of the fight scene mixed with the good acting and the good visuals, it made it a decent film. But as a whole, it's not for me. So in this case, I gotta give this film 3 more fires. That's it. It could have been a 4 more fire or 5 more fire, but realistically, it was a 2 more fire. That's how bored I was. But I would have felt bad giving it 2 more fires. But the fight scene and everything, it made it a solid 3 more fires, and it's content. So just be mindful when you go into watching it. It's not gonna be that entertaining. It's gonna be a real widow. And then, but other than that, you be the judge. Thank you again for checking out my movie review. Please subscribe, check me out. I have other ones that are good. I'm gonna try to, put some more out more frequently, but please subscribe. Tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your cousin, tell your friend, tell the neighbor across the street, tell your coworker. Hey, tell the mailman, tell whoever you gotta tell. Let them be known. Cosmo the movie with it.